Coming up on Animal Cuffs Houston. Rescued from a life of
I'm
pain.
glad that we're getting them out of here.
Come on, fella.
Abandoned, but not alone.
When you come across an animal, and as sweet as he is, you always want to take him home.
A crackdown on an out-of-control hoarder.
You don't know you're doing this. You've had 5 months to decrease your numbers, and they've shot up.
And overwhelming joy for a little boy.
I was like,
Pretty much like that.
It's 7 a.m., and all 9 investigators are working hard. They've got a massive job on their hands, and they need to get to Montgomery County before the Texas heat rises.
Jackknife it.
Chief Cruelty Investigator Charles Jansen is preparing for one of the biggest seizures of the year.
40.
Jansen is a natural leader, but experience has taught him that the key to any successful seizure is good organization. Investigator Jennifer Francis has been working on a hoarder case for the past 5 months. And now it's time to take action.
The property has about 100 dogs, 5 horses, 3 pigs, 2 goats, and some cats. She continues to get more animals. The conditions have gone downhill. She's been refusing to cooperate, and so at this point, we've agreed to get a seizure warrant to remove all the animals off the property today.
Jansen oversees all animal cruelty investigations, but he relies on his team as much as they rely on him.
I let the primary investigator handle the seizure itself. They will still be doing their job as primary role of investigators to ensure that all the evidence is collected. My job as a chief investigator is to coordinate all these efforts. Okay, let's go.
He's taking 3 trailers and numerous rescue vans. With over 8 years' experience as an animal cruelty investigator, Jansen has supervised some of the biggest seizures in Texas. It's a 2-hour drive to the location at Montgomery County, and Jansen has time to mentally prepare himself for the case ahead.
Whenever I see individuals, I want to treat them with the same respect that I like to be treated, because even though their actions disgust me internally, I still need to do a job to where my emotions is got to be kept tabled, because I'm supposed to be an objective party investigating this animal cruelty. It does the animal nor me any good to holler at people and threaten them and just act like Mr. Big Shot, even though I know what they're doing is wrong.
The sound of barking dogs is a clear indication they've arrived. Conditions have deteriorated. The property is crammed full of animals, with over 100 dogs chained to kennels and trees, plus horses, pigs, and goats. Jansen calmly organizes the investigators.
All right, let's start loading.
Before any animal can be seized, evidence is first collected on videotape.
No, it's not, is it? It's got crates in it.
Think of dogs always being able to roll in the grass and have fun, but these haven't had that pleasure. All they're in is sand, and whenever it rains, mud. A lot of them have been tangled up around the trees where they couldn't move any further than their head.
Ready?
hi, baby.
They soon find serious problems with many of the dogs.
This dog has an embedded chain. It looks like it's already dislodged itself. An open wound. She's got severe matting right here. She's really nervous, but she's not aggressive at all.
Got an embedded chain, JR, the collie.
The huge seizure has attracted media interest.
Black and tan Rottweiler mix, male, hair loss.
The owner turns up. She's been collecting animals for years. Francis patiently explains how the situation has gotten out of hand.
You even said so yourself, things have gone downhill. How can I let you take... No, they're not. Things have gone continually downhill. That is why we're here today, taking everything off the property. You've had 5 months to decrease your numbers, and they've shot up. You're over 100 dogs. When the first time I was out here, you had 60 or 70. You continue to get more dogs.
I didn't realize I did.
Well, that's what I'm fearing. You don't know you're doing this. You've got dogs that are starving to death.
No,
You've
they're
got,
not.
yes, they are. And I even told you your favorite dog that was tied up over here is Skin and Bones.
Yeah, but
Investigator Tricia Price is extremely worried about a collie mix.
We have another embedded collar. Well, the chains that this lady has on the dogs are too tight, and you can smell the infection coming off of him. He's got embedded, the chain and the collar both are embedded, starting to get embedded in him.
Despite its ordeal and obvious wound, the dog is still very friendly. Now that she's in the safe hands of the Houston SPCA, she has a chance of surviving.
It is extremely painful on them because they've got flesh showing.
With any seizure warrant, all animals have to be taken. The remaining pigs, horses, and goats are gathered, and the team prepares to head back to the Houston SPCA.
Some of the animals were a little touchy, but overall, the animals weren't overly stressed. Didn't have to put them a big fight getting on the trailer, so it looked very promising. We'll get them back to Houston SPCA, where we'll get them vetted up and get them in some proper conditions for a change.
All of these animals have lived in horrible conditions, but the investigators now hope they'll have a chance of a better life.
Load up!
Investigators Sage Halford and Shauna Sundberg have arranged to meet Deputy Bill Jenkins at a property 30 miles southwest of Houston in Fort Bend County. Halford is investigating a report of 2 starving horses, one down in the mud. Jenkins is there to deal with the law and enforce the seizure warrant.
This is one I called Jenkins about. The call came in last night and he was able to get out here sooner than I was able to. When he got here, one of them was down. They're both significantly underweight, have their feet messed up, wasn't able to make contact with anyone. So now we're here to seize them and take them into the doctor because they need to see a doctor right away.
Before they activate the seizure warrant, they try to make contact with the owner one more time.
How you doing? These are your horses?
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you aware that the mare's down on the ground? Is there some type of underlying circumstances why the mare looks as bad as she does?
No, I mean, other than the mud being out there and
The
everything.
recent bad weather has left the small paddock extremely muddy. But the mud is not the only problem. The horse is shockingly thin.
Do you see what my issue is, correct?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
How long have you had the horse?
The mare is weak and has to be helped to her feet. Halford immediately starts taking photographs of her emaciated condition. She can barely walk.
See, she has a little bit of a difficult time of walking. She's probably got a stifle problem, or her feet are ate up with thrush.
The thick mud is known locally as black gumbo, a clay-based soil which absorbs water and clings. Prolonged exposure to wet conditions can cause hoof infections and possible lameness.
And the other horse comes back.
Sundberg videotapes the horses as evidence should the case go to court.
Do you know about horses? Okay, a bit. I mean, because, this starts out, I have to decide, is this just a education issue, if you will, or is this an issue that's intentionally done? Because
There's a second horse in the paddock, a gelding. It's also in bad condition.
They're both underweight, the mare being further underweight than the gelding. The gelding at least a couple 100 pounds underweight, and then the mare about 500 pounds underweight. The fact that as soon as we walked them out, they started eating the grass, and the gelding here wouldn't let me go 2 steps before he wanted to stop and eat is a good indication that they're hungry. But based on the mare there and the fact that she keeps going down, she needs to get to a vet right away.
Any evidence can be heard in court later. For now, Halford's priority is to get the horses out of danger. The gelding is the stronger of the 2 horses, but still needs to be coaxed onto the trailer. A rope is used as a gentle means of encouragement.
here he goes.
Horses spend the majority of their time on their feet. Being unable to escape from the thick mud could have serious consequences.
Without knowing what to do, he did cause harm to the animals, and I'm glad that we're getting them out of here.
With the horses safely secured, Halford heads off to the nearest equine clinic. back at the Houston SPCA, the last of the goats and pigs seized from a hoarder in Montgomery County are being unloaded, but they're not making it easy.
When we grab them by the horns to help transport them, it doesn't hurt them. It may look a little stressful, but they're just fighting us. He's just a little bit stubborn. So they just don't know that we're trying to do a good thing sometimes. They're just so upset and they're so wound up from the trip. So he's much better right now. He's already eating good.
Now it's the pigs' turn. They've already proven to be difficult, but the team are well prepared. Because of their severe obesity, they can hardly walk. Inside the shelter, there's an amazing sight with 116 dogs housed in temporary cages. They've been rescued from a life of misery and are now on their first steps to a complete recovery program. Each dog will be individually assessed for medical and behavioral problems. In the meantime, the staff ensures they're fed and watered. The collie mix with the embedded collar has been prioritized as an urgent medical case. She's due to be operated on immediately. She's been moved to the hospital wing and is being prepped for her operation by Dr. Roberta Westbrook and vet tech Robert Nelson. Embedded collars can be extremely painful, dangerous, and even fatal. Without emergency treatment, the chain could constrict breathing and the wound might become infected.
She was one of the ones in the worst condition, and we've got her sedated here. We're going to try to cut this collar off and treat the wound and get it all cleaned up so that it can start healing. All right, are you ready to cut it? Yeah, I'm ready. Ew.
Oh yeah.
Gosh. So what we're looking at as we're closer, one of these chain links has completely gone into the skin, and the skin has grown over it. And of course it's painful at the beginning when it first starts to dig through the skin and erode the skin. It can be very, very painful.
It's crazy.
Yeah, this is awful. I'm surprised how perky and alert and happy she is acting with an injury like this. She was doing very well, but dogs can handle a lot. The next thing that we're going to do, we need to shave all of this hair, get all of the hair and discharge off of the wounds, and we can just treat the wounds that she has. I don't think I'm going to put any stitches in these wounds. I think I'd like to let them heal by second intention. Just means that they're going to scar over and heal on their own with some antibiotics and topical medical treatment. I think it looks good. Well, it's looking much better without the chain on there. These are the worst wounds, I believe, on the back of the neck. We're going to start cleaning it up now. We've gotten all the hair away from those wounds. We don't want any hair touching it. We're going to keep a close watch on him, and hopefully these will heal up. And I'm expecting just a few days we should see some dramatic improvement in these wounds healing up. So I think it's a good sign.
The collie mix has gotten through the worst, and her prognosis is good. Now that her future is secure, it's time to give her a name.
What do you think her name should be, Robert?
I'm not very good at naming dogs. Should give her like a easy name like Belle or something.
Belle's kind of cute.
No.
Sure, I like Belle. I think she's Belle. She's going to be very pretty.
The Houston SPCA is a nonprofit organization and relies on public donations to help animals like Belle.
When I see these animals come in that have been taken from their owners for cruelty, or these animals that have been abused, I think it's a lack of the bond, a lack of the respect for the animal. You know, I think some people may think of animals as just objects, just things to have, and they have a personality, they have feelings, they have thoughts. There's obviously a lack of a bond there, understanding how important their life is as well. One day maybe we'll have a breakthrough. We don't have so much of this cruelty and abuse.
In Fort Bend County, Deputy Jenkins and investigator Sage Halford have arrived back at a local equine clinic with the 2 horses seized from a muddy and waterlogged field. Dr. John Stern starts his examination with the gelding. It soon becomes clear the horse has been neglected and is suffering.
Sure is massively underweight. I think probably 200 or 300 pounds would sure help this horse. All this mud all over this horse, I imagine it looks like it's probably been down. Basically, it doesn't look like he's had enough groceries. Look like he's lame in that left front. What we're gonna do is put a pair of hoof testers on his feet, see how tender he is. He's got an old abscess on this front foot. I don't know if the owner's been treating it or not.
Thick, sticky mud known locally as black gumbo and lack of medical care has left the horse with severe and painful abscesses.
We've been seeing a lot of abscess soles in these horses since it's been as wet as it's been, after it's been dry for so long. He's got an abscess on this front foot too. These feet are causing him some problems for sure. We might put this one in the stock and start soaking these feet.
Dr. Stern immediately gets to work to help ease the horse's suffering.
What we're doing here, we're gonna soak these feet in Epsom salt, which will kind of draw some of the infection out of there. Just try to get him back to being sound again, because that's one reason why he's probably laying down. If both his front feet have abscesses, it's hurting him every time he moves.
There's hope for the gelding. Iodine and specialized boots will keep the abscesses clean and clear of infection.
Prognosis is pretty good on abscesses, you know, but if you did that and you squirt some iodine on them and you put them on antibiotics and you put them right back out into that same environment, they're not going to get well, because the mud and everything just packs up in there, and you're just constantly getting reinfected. Let's go get started on the other one while we let this one soak.
The mare is in worse condition.
Another good thin horse, don't we? This is depressing.
It's a sad sight for everyone, but the evidence needs to be videotaped and documented.
The picture you don't have to be a horse person or an animal lover to be able to look at these horses and say, wow, we got a big problem here. You know, you should have muscle mass covering this area here to where you don't even see the backbone. You know, another couple of weeks, the likelihood of being able to get it up and get it going again is definitely less than 50%. Just depressing cases is all I can say. Whenever you see horses like this, they don't get that way in 10 days.
The mare also has painful abscesses, but Dr. Stern remains optimistic.
It's just amazing what some feed and what worming and care will do for these horses.
For the first time in weeks, both horses will have dry hooves, free from mud. The gelding and mare have a chance of pulling through. Now, Alfred must ensure that their owner is held responsible for their neglect.
These guys from here are going to go out to the Fort Bend County Sheriff's Holding Facility, and they'll be looked after by Deputy Jenkins. They're going to need some continuing medical care, so they'll be coming back here every couple of days to get their little boots changed out.
Yeah, I'm actually heading out there anyway. I had a down horse call, but it wasn't valid, so I was going to work in that area today anyway, so. Okay, and does he have a driver's license? Alrighty, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Alrighty, bye-bye.
Investigator Dana Almengor is responding to a report of an abandoned dog, a common complaint, but one of the most difficult to understand.
You know, sometimes you get a lot of criminal information that you can prosecute these people with, and then sometimes you don't have enough, and you actually feel really bad about it and feel that you did an injustice to the animal, when in turn the animal is in a better place, it's safe, it's receiving the vet care it needs. Not every person can be prosecuted, and not every animal can be saved, but we do the best that we can with the animals that we do save.
All cruelty reports are investigated. This one was reported by a local police officer, and is just one of the 12,000 cases dealt with every year.
Hey, darling. How are you? What you got going on? The dog is has some hair loss issues, which could be due to several reasons. Flea dermatitis. It could be due to stress. There are a lot of issues. Nutrition. Is it a boy or a girl? I couldn't see. How are you? According to the police officer, he actually looked really well, and then he began losing his hair. And the water that is here, the police officer said he provided. So the animal had no food and no water. I need to get pictures of it.
Almengor needs to gather evidence in order to seize the dog.
I know. He just wants to play. When you come across an animal like this, and as sweet as he is, you always want to take him home. I mean, golden retrievers are the best anyway. So they make great candidates for coming home and spending some time with you. So, you always want to make them feel better. Okay, did I get enough evidence? Can I have this?
Despite being crazed by a constant itch, he still seems eager to play with his ball.
I spoke to the officer. I'm going to post a 24-hour notice for animal abandonment. Hopefully someone will contact me. The wife is still able to come back to the property, so she knows the dog is here. Hopefully she'll give me a call. If not, we're going to take him as an animal abandonment.
Back at the Houston SPCA, Dr. Deb Rajan and vet tech Robert Nelson are evaluating the pigs seized with the 116 dogs from Montgomery County.
That's a very normal reaction for a pig which is startled. From this cruelty case, the main thing I'm looking at is the morbid obesity of the pig. The body condition is 10 out of 10, more obese than any other pig of the same species. And he cannot stand. Can you see the way that he is putting his front leg on his knees? That's because he cannot bear weight. So I suspect this pig having arthritis of its limbs, and also a condition called hygroma developing in the hocks, the pressure points, which happens because the pig has been constantly lying down. If you look at the underbelly of the pig, you can find it's bruised. The pig is so morbidly obese, it's stepping on its own mammary gland tissue. That's an extreme case of obesity. He's not a happy animal. He cannot spend all his day lying down like this. And getting the weight reduction in pigs is very, very difficult. And this has gone beyond control. These pigs have been ignored for a very, very long time, maybe a couple of years. So the chances of them becoming 100% all right is questionable. We're just going to treat them with symptomatic medication to ease his pain, which is not going to help him for a very long time.
The future for the pigs remains uncertain, but during their stay at the Houston SPCA, they'll be given the best medical care possible.
105 days.
Investigator Dana Almengor is heading back to a property she visited yesterday to check on an abandoned golden retriever. She's already left a notice for the owners to get in touch with her, but there's been no contact. Deputy Christine Kendrick is there to enforce the law. Like yesterday, the retriever comes to the gate to meet the investigators.
He's got a lot of wounds on his rear end. And
the itch still seems to be a problem.
He's got flea allergies or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Doesn't look like mange. This dog's really sweet. It appears to be an older dog. You can see it's got some serious skin issues. It's probably going to be flea allergies because you can see the fleas jumping around and probably in quite a bit of pain. You can see from the injuries here on its legs and things that he's got some serious problems with his skin. Once this guy gets back to the shelter, he'll be seen by the vet and we'll know exactly what's going on with him.
He seems to know he's being rescued.
Come on, baby. Let's get some air conditioning.
And is eager to leave.
Come on. Load up. Load. Good. All right. Thank you. Not a lightweight.
Alrighty. I'll contact the officer, get some more information, and see if he can fax me his report.
Okay.
He's now in safe hands. The next step is for the vets at the Houston SPCA to try and cure his itching. 4 weeks ago, a mare and gelding were rescued from a waterlogged paddock. Thick mud, known as black gumbo, clung to their hooves, causing abscesses and infections. they were also underweight and starving. Both horses were in serious danger and needed emergency medical treatment. Investigator Sage Halford has brought the horses back to see Dr. John Stern for a checkup. And there's some surprising news.
The feet have improved 100%. All this is new sole that has grown out. I think for today we can leave the boots off because all that has really grown out. It just needs to be trimmed and we'll be fine. The horse looks better. He seems to feel better just by looking at his attitude and his eyes, and he's more alert, and you can still see his ribs, but to me they do not appear to be nearly as prominent as what they were. I don't think it received any worming, and I just don't think it didn't receive any food to eat.
The mare is examined next. There's a significant improvement, but there's still a long way to go.
You can see the abscess was right here, and it's just taken time for this hoof wall to grow out, and all the damage that's done up underneath there still maybe a little bit tender. So on this one, I would maybe recommend, soaking some more, maybe even another week of antibiotics, and it's not bad, but it's not completely healed.
Both horses are starting to show signs of recovery, but for Halford, their neglect could have easily been avoided.
When we get to court, it'll be difficult for the owner to say he was doing what he needed to do when we can show proof that over a month of us doing what the veterinarian has told us to do showed noticeable improvements, and that the horse would not look like this if he was doing what he needed to do.
Probably in 6 months, we won't even recognize them.
Back at the Houston SPCA, the abandoned golden retriever with the severe skin irritation is being evaluated by Dr. Roberta Westbrook. He's been named Buck by the staff.
Some obvious things that I see that are abnormal for the normal dog is his coat. His hair coat for a golden retriever should be very full. And as you can see with Buck, he's got some hair loss on all 4 legs, and especially on the underside or on his belly there. Itching is a very common sign for dogs that have allergies or skin infections. As you can see, what he was just doing is rubbing his head on the ground. He's trying to scratch that ear. Seems sensitive. He seems very sensitive. This ear is very moist, and it's got a lot of yellow discharge buildup in there. That is abnormal, and it can be very painful for the dog. And so it's a good thing that we rescued him and that we can get some treatment started right away. So as Buck is enjoying his treats, I'm going to try to get a sample of skin here. I can put those skin cells on a slide and look at them under the microscope. See if we can see anything like mites. So usually with a skin infection that bad or with that much hair loss, I would expect to see mites fairly readily if he did have a mite infestation. And I don't see any so far. I would guess that Buck's hair loss and itching problems are due to a skin infection, most likely bacteria and or yeast, as opposed to a skin mite. He certainly can be treated with medical therapy, so it may be an ongoing battle for Buck, but he certainly can be made more comfortable, and we can get his hair to grow back, and we can get him to be less itchy. So we're looking forward to that. I'm sure he is too.
Buck has obviously been suffering for some time with his severe skin infection.
Good boy.
It's time he had a soothing bath.
He's an awful stinky dog.
Volunteer Kim Miller is washing Buck, probably his first bath in many months.
Ooh, there's an itchy spot.
She's using a special medicated shampoo.
It'll take a while for the hair to grow back, but it shouldn't take too long for the skin to get cleared up, maybe a couple of weeks. Make sure we get his head too, and don't leave that out. Should we wet you up a little bit? Okay, big guy, you want to try to get out of the bathtub now? I think we got you rinsed off pretty good. You know, anytime anybody asks me what kind of family dog should they get, I always recommend golden retrievers because they're just overall a great family dog, and they love kids. They love water too, don't they? Yeah, they do. There you go. Good job. Yeah. Good boy. let's try a little hair drying, huh? He said, yay, I'm all clean.
The bath seems to have been a huge hit with Buck. Dealing with abused and neglected animals is all part of the job for the staff at the Houston SPCA. But there are also many rewards and positive outcomes. Belle, the dog with the embedded collar, has recovered well from her operation. Dr. Roberta Westbrook has been looking after her since she first arrived.
It's been about 2.5 weeks since we removed the chain. It's healed up just beautifully. She has almost no sign of embedded chain anymore. She has a small area of scab and scars on the back of the neck, but those scabs will fall off on their own. And her hair has already started to grow back. And pretty soon there'll be no sign that she had any injury at all. So no one will even be able to tell, and that's how we want it. She's back almost good as new. She'd make a great family pet with some kids who need an active dog, so they can help exert some of their energy out on each other. So she's a great dog.
Investigator Sage Halford is leaving the Houston SPCA for Fort Bend County Court. She's prepared her case against the owner of the 2 horses rescued from a muddy field.
Through court, we're bringing awareness to the situation that's going on. And so over the years, we're getting more and more phone calls from people about animals that need our help so that we're able to get out there and help more animals and educate more people, and eventually, hopefully, we'll get to where there isn't any more animal cruelty in the Harris County and the 7 surrounding counties and expand that to the rest of the world.
Judge Ike Fredrickson is presiding over the proceedings today. The Houston SPCA is seeking custody of the horses, but the owner has arrived to fight the case.
This is the property, and this is the mare that was down. How old is this mare?
Halford plays a videotape of the seizure.
What are your intentions with them?
Like I said, it was never my intention to let the horses get in this type of condition or anything. I just haven't had time to take care of them like I should have. But I would like to have my animals back for sure.
They put on any weight?
Just with the proper care, proper environment, and giving the horse what it needs, it's starting to make a recovery. Both these horses, by the video you can see, could barely even walk.
Yeah,
we took them out of the pasture.
You didn't notice that?
I did notice that.
But you didn't do anything about it?
No, sir, I didn't know.
Okay. So what makes you think that, how can you convince the court now that you're going to do anything else about it? I mean, you let the horses get in this type of shape. You let them get crippled. You didn't do anything about it. You didn't call a vet. Didn't call a farrier out there to see what's wrong with their feet. You just let them keep suffering like this. I cannot let you have these horses back. At this time, this court's going to order these 2 horses, award them to the Houston SPCA, a judgment against you.
It's a successful outcome for Halford and the Houston SPCA.
I'm happy with the results from court today. The judge awarded the animals to us. He saw that the owner did not provide the necessary care needed, being a vet and a farrier, and that with us, the horses will get the necessary care that they do need.
Outside.
It's been 4 weeks since Buck, the golden retriever, was rescued by investigator Dana Almengor. His owner never came forward, and now he's being fostered by Patty Page at the Golden Retriever Rescue. He's recovering well, but is undergoing treatment for heartworm before he can be put up for adoption. In the meantime, he's having fun with his new friends.
This is Murphy. Sit. This is Oscar. He's 3. Miller's about 6, and this is Buckley. He's the boy we got from the HSPCA, and he loves the ball. He is a total ball freak. All right, Buckley, come on. Come here, baby. Come here, sit. When he came in, he had hair missing, Low thyroid, lots of fleas. He is really doing well. His hair's growing back in. He just looks great. He's just looking great. He is definitely a talker. Oh, good boy. Come on, you ready? Go. Buck is a ball hog. Buck, are you hiding with it? No, sir, come here. Come here, Buckley.
Buck's life has changed for the better, and his obsession for toys has remained the same.
Give me the ball. Come here. All right, Buckley, come on. Buck is a very friendly golden, as usual. Hey, Miller. He's a little bit independent, but very sweet, very loving to be such a big boy. Loves to sit on the couch and lay his big head in your lap. He does a lot of laying on his back with a toy in his mouth, rolling around. He's a really, really good boy. What's your baby? I know.
His skin infection and constant itch seem to have completely disappeared. And now, all Buck wants to do is play until he finds a new home.
How about the hot dog, Buck? This is a prime example of Buck right here. On his back, rolls on the floor, mouths him, holds it. He is just a really good dog. He will go to a wonderful home with a forever family that will give him the love and care he deserves.
It's 4 weeks since 2 horses were rescued from a muddy paddock. The staff at the Houston SPCA have worked hard to help them. The gelding is recovered and is waiting to be adopted. The mare, which was in worse condition, is being fostered by the Houston SPCA's Vice President of Operations, George Ortega. He's called her Madeline.
When she first came into the shelter, when she first was seized, she was having some problems walking because of the condition she was in the heavy or the deep mud she was in. But right now they're looking way better than they were when she first got here, 100%.
Ortega's life has been all about saving and looking after animals, and he knows fostering a big animal is no easy task.
It's a long commitment, and but that's something that we're up for the challenge, and I'm glad she's here. I'm really glad she's here. She's a really good horse. I think Madeline has a great future. I mean, she has a great character, great disposition. My kids will come out here and feed her, and she gets along with them just fine. So I think she has a great future. I think her possibilities of getting adopted are great. She'll be ready to go.
Six weeks ago, investigators from the Houston SPCA took part in one of the biggest seizures of the year, rescuing 116 dogs from a hoarder in Montgomery County. A court ruling placed all the animals, except the horses, with the Houston SPCA. The horses were given back to the owner with a strict supervision order. The rescued dogs recovered quickly and were placed up for adoption. But the pigs were overweight and could hardly walk.
He's not a happy animal.
After no signs of improvement, the decision was made to end the pig's suffering. Belle, the dog found chained to a tree, needed emergency treatment for an embedded collar. She faced an uncertain future, but Dr. Westbrook was determined to help her. 6 weeks after her surgery, she's made a full recovery and now lives with the Moran family, Trevor and his parents, Obie and Melissa.
She sounds like she's had a pretty rough life, but we've brought her into a home, and I think she'll see a lot of good love, and she seems to be fitting in very well.
And Trevor loves her.
So she's definitely become part of the family very quickly.
Come here.
Belle was a special surprise for Trevor.
Well, they made me throw some socks in the laundry room. I opened the door and I nearly fainted.
What was there?
Her cage and Belle.
There was Belle, so it was an early Christmas present for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Belle got her present, you got her present.
I was like,
and then you fell back.
Pretty much like that.
Trevor and Belle have gotten over the shock of their first meeting and are now inseparable.
You would never know that she had had a rough life.
You would think that if you have a dog that has a collar that's embedded like that, you have almost no human contact for them to be able to see that and tolerate that. And for her to come and now come back, with an open mind to, take us in, it's amazing that they're that resilient.
Having once lived chained to a tree with little or no human interaction, joining a loving family and having some fuss and attention is a dream come true for Belle.
Could not have asked for a better dog. If we put in an order, that's what we would have gotten.